To- Today, we celebrate the inquisitive minds that questions the norm of our times, challenges conventions, and boldly push boundaries to discover new possibilities. To truly change the present, let's embody the essence of this moment. Hello, everyone. I'm Rinmay, and I'll be the host for this elimination round. I'd like to extend warm welcome to all the wonderful innovators to this elimination round of TUP 9.0. So let's get ready with your ideas for a fierce battle of your brain because the winner of today will move forward to the regional finale of the most prestigious B school competition in this country, the Ultimate Pitch Season 9. So let's get started. At Reliance, we are all about embracing fresh ideas and foster innovations. It's in our DNA which subsequently reflect in each of our businesses and social initiatives. The ultimate pitch was born out of the exact spirit. It is the platform for curious and innovative minds who want to break away and showcase their next big ideas to the world. This TUP ninth season, and let me tell you, it has been a journey like none other. We flagged off competition physically in top 15 B school across the country. At each of these institute, we have met with untrailing audiences. The insightful session led by our inspiring leaders were overtly captivating. But that was only the beginning. We then reached thousands of youth through digital platforms and virtual events, making this contest a pan-India celebration of ideas and innovations. Now, with absolute delight, I want to show you all the sneak peeks into our campus launches and a launch premiere with this video. Wow, what a mesmerizing response, TUP. Wow, what a mesmerizing response TUP has had this year. We have over 19,000 registrations, more than 1,500 idea submissions, and also, and we now move into the elimination round. We thank you all for making it such a memorable launch. TUP Season 9 definitely kicked off with a bang. Enthusiastic innovators from all over the country registered to battle for the grand prize. Each one of the ideas submitted was unique, ambitious, and had a genuine intent for solving critical real world problems. Our evaluators worked round the clock to make sure that none of the submission went unnoticed and shortlisted those ideas that had extra edge over the others. So those exceptional team with remarkable ideas have qualified for the elimination round of these ultimate competitions. A big congratulations to the top 90 team who have made it into the elimination round. Kudos to you all. Okay, so let's now do a quick rundown of what is expected to happen. Yes. So I shall be calling out the teams' names. We will play their 3 minutes video on the screen. Then the teams will get 3 minutes to pitch their idea to the jury. So this will followed by a quick 4 minute Q&A. We request the teams to keep an eye on the timer. So also post each team's presentation. We'll have the jury to take a minute to score the teams individually before we move on to the next team. And so you will be judged on 5 parameters. So your ideas should be futuristic, practical, scalable, and should challenge the conventional wisdom and have a strong business case. So now for the victors. So the national winners get a grand cash prize. We are also pleased to inform you that we have other rewards too. The elimination round winners and runners-up will receive 5,000 and entire 25,000 respectively. So along with it should definitely it will be along with the TUP merchandise. And the national finalists get mentored by CXOs, entrepreneur of Reliance owned startups, and all other national finalists will be awarded a pre-placement interview opportunity with Reliance. So gear up and give it your best. So, but wait, what's competition without a jury? So we have some of the top minds of Reliance with us today. They will be closely assessing your presentations, evaluating your ideas, and will provide their inputs at the end of your presentation. So it gives me immense pleasure to announce the jury for the elimination round. We have with us Mr. Bhivaj Garg, who is VP Strategy in Reliance New Energy. And our next jury is Mr. Neelakantan N, who is AVP Legal Network. So let's get started. And I would like to call upon the very first team, Green Guardian from SP Jain Institute of Management and Research.
Hello. Did you know that 80% of the formaldehyde and carbon monoxide content inside your household could be reduced simply by the presence of indoor household plants? However, 87% of the people complain that they tend to kill 7 to 8 plants per year because half of them cannot find the right gardeners for themselves. So we see two key challenges here. Number one, plant neglect and deterioration because of inadequate knowledge and an improper resource and service allocation, which arises from people not being able to find the right gardener for their customized needs. This is where Let's Grow with the motto of Har Ghar Haryali comes in. We are here to simplify the fragmented planting and gardening industry into a unified and accessible platform for all gardening enthusiasts.
To measure progress and impact in various areas related to global development, we have aligned our business with 3 UN Sustainable Development Goals. First, good health and well-being. Second, decent work and economic growth. Third, sustainable cities and communities. Next, we'll explore the primary revenue stream for our platform. First, the platform will act as a marketplace for home gardeners to choose from a wide range of plant varieties. Second, customers can avail expert advice from verified agricultural experts. Third, customers can upload their plant images for immediate personalized feedback using the AI-powered health analysis. Fourth, the platform will create employment opportunities by connecting the gardeners with those seeking gardening services. Fifth, the platform will function as a marketplace for plant sellers, nurseries, and physical stores to list their plants by paying a listing fee to the platform.
Presenting before you Let's Grow, the one-stop solution to all your in-house and outdoor plant care. It also has an exclusive gardeners community helping them to meet the potential garden owners, allowing them to list gardens for personalized service, and also enabling all the users to directly buy and sell all of their gardening and planting requirements. Let's Grow's vision is around streamlining the unorganized market around gardening and plant care. It's a single marketplace platform that hosts all the offline local plant and garden vendors, nurseries, and online stores. As you can see on the screen, this is the exclusive database of our gardeners community, where all the users can reach out to these malis directly through the app itself, communicate with them, make an appointment based on their availability, make early payments with high motivation for these gardeners, and thereby seek personalized service from the app. As a unique offering, we also have a plant scan, the scanner with our AI-based model that detects the current health and status of the plant itself with all its features and requirements. As a premium service, we also tell the users the step-by-step process to ensure that the health of their plants are at its best with high flourishing longevity.
Good afternoon, everybody. From sourcing, hosting to listing, from personalized recommendations, descriptions to prescriptions, we bring all of it to you under one umbrella with our one-stop solution, Let's Grow Har Ghar Haryali. We have segmented the consumers of our app into 4 distinct user personas, starting with the disorganized market of Malis or gardeners with irregular incomes and a lack of job security. We'll onboard them on our app to connect them with plant owners, upskill them over time, and provide them insurances. Second, garden owners whose issues such as seasonal considerations in plant buying and lack of knowledge about pest management will be catered to with one on one expert advisory. Third, small and medium sized sellers would get a platform to sell across seasons and manage their logistics across the country with us seamlessly. And fourth would be the experts in the field who would be able to monetize their knowledge and expertise by helping the online community that currently is on a lookout for the right advice for their plants from buying to maintenance.
Targeting a TAM of 35 crores and a SAM of 12 crores, the go-to-market strategy for Let's Grow comprises of 3 stages. In the introduction stage, we'll introduce our platform with a freemium model offering basic buying and selling features for free, while expert consultations carry a fee. During the growth phase, we'll shift to a subscription model. We'll introduce exclusive content, seasonal plant recommendations as benefits. The free version will include ads, while the premium version will offer an ad-free experience. Additionally, we'll include add-ons to improve the ticket size. We'll leverage a robust network of plant suppliers, gardeners, and experts and form strategic partnerships with hotels, restaurants, and corporate offices in the maturity phase. This will involve offering tailored services and undertaking commercial landscaping projects to enhance property aesthetics. Assuming specific factors, we have forecasted net revenues for the next 3 years. Being realistic, we will burn cash due to the business development investments in the first year, but we anticipate profitability from the second year onwards. For detailed calculations on the market sizing and the financials, you can scan the QR code provided in the presentation.
For user retention and to improve the overall stickiness factor of the mobile application, we have introduced something called the green coins. This is to incentivize every user for their purchase on the application, where 5% of the card value shall be directly converted into green coins, which they can use further in their purchases. Using a simple guesstimate technique, we have realized that the financial impact of this is significant, with an additional 10 lakh rupees revenue in the very first year itself. Also, for faster user acquisition, we have introduced a referral bonus to reward every user on the app. With intense research and being very mindful of our competitors, we are committed to position Let's Grow on the top right quadrant, equipped with latest technology, with the most intuitive design experience and in-depth product range, as we host both online and offline sellers. With this futuristic idea, which is novel, we are on a mission to make Let's Grow the one-stop solution for all your gardening and planting needs, ensuring Har Ghar Haryali. Hashtag be the now, hashtag be greener every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Soptik, Radhi, and Aditya. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Vibhash Gargi, can I go ahead with asking them the questions?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear both of you.
Great. So good, yeah, it's a good presentation, good idea. But see, these ideas are already in market. It may not be, I mean, I don't recall anything specific to gardening and Malis. But if you look at the existing urban company model, which connects, the service provider and the service seeker very smoothly, and they are, I think, on the verge of coming out with an IPO. So what is so new in your idea, and why would I go for it?
Sure, sir. So we have spotted a white space where we see that it's a one-stop solution for all your planting and gardening needs. Coming from the first, where you are purchasing a plant based on a decision. So we help you about giving the right recommendation in buying the right plant based on your locality. Second, for plant care, we connect you to the right Mali. So what happens as a user, I am not able to find the right Mali around. So my app helps you connect to the right Mali. Second, my application gives you the feature to get to the plant and understand the health of the plant by connecting to the advice along with the plant scan feature on the application itself, which helps you understand the current plant's health and also the prescription towards maintaining the right health of the plant to its complete longevity. And fourth, to maintain and connect to experts to make sure that all your planting needs are assured. And as an additional feature also, we also help the gardeners to list the plant on the platform itself so that they can get connected to the right experts and get advice. So it's like a one-stop solution.
I understand that they will have to do. Otherwise, I cannot, pick and choose the plant from the app itself. But my question is, how do you look at the huge market opportunity, and what is the market size? What is your survey? I don't know if you have done any survey, or what was your research methodology to identify what is the potential size of the market, because it is very fragmented and there are no data so long as my information goes anywhere, which has been recorded ever. So how did you come out with any market size?
Sir, I can take this up. So we did a guesstimate, which is also available if you scan the QR code. So we have assumed with this, we started with the population of India. We fragmented them into households. Then we targeted tier one, tier two, and tier three cities. We are focusing majorly on tier one and tier two cities because tier three cities we expect the income levels are low and people won't be using the service as much as the tier one and tier two. And then we have done the math and came up with a number with a TAM of 35 crores and a SAM of 12 crores a
And
household.
this is, but 35 crore TAM and your SAM of 12 crore. Uh, this is not a huge business now. It's very small.
So
So
this is
just with gardening thing, how do you think that you will become in a year? You are saying that you will be able to break even and start making profit.
So the thing is, if you see at the maturity phase, we are also thinking of partnering with commercial corporate offices, hotels, and restaurants for green landscaping. So that is our next vision. We'll keep this product and also feature into that area. So this will allow us to partner with hotels wherein we can give these plants as gifts, as corporate gifts. So that is one feature we are trying to add in the maturity phase.
But that business is already there, and I have not seen them also really growing much. So this corporate gifting, which also includes your bonsai plants and other plants, it, to see to my mind, it's very small business size.
So just
35
to
crore,
address,
I'll scan it and will understand as how have you done the research. But I seriously doubt, on the 30. Sorry, I mean, Neelkanth, if you have any question, I think
Just a couple of questions. One, the point with I think Aditya is trying to portray is that it is for tier one and tier two cities. I am from a tier one city. I've lived in a tier two city, and I've noticed that whenever there is gardening to be done, which my father used to do and my father-in-law does now, I don't know of anyone having a smartphone. I don't know a single Mali having a smartphone. That's the biggest problem for you. They have the feature phones. I'm from a telecom industry, so I observe these things very detailed. So, you have the communication problem. Second, they don't know English. Most of them are, angutha chap, as they say in India. But they know about the plant and they know how it works. So it's like a hereditary stuff that they do. So you have a situation where you are looking at business opportunity where language is a problem, communication is a problem. So assuming I'm a South Indian from Delhi working in Bombay, I'll know the languages. Assuming a Bombay guy goes to say Chennai, how is the communication going to be? Is your app going to be saying, okay, here is the app, it's going to say to you in English, and the guy over there doesn't know anything in English at all, he knows only Tamil. So does it do a translation for you? So you're talking about human to human communication. There cannot be silos here. So I'm just trying to understand, so how do you bridge the communication gap?
sure, sir. So I'll take this up. So when we onboard a gardener on the application itself, or any user on the application, our first touch point is to ask the particular individual is what is the preferred language that you choose to. That's the first touch point that we are covering in terms of the communication gap. Second, when we are addressing the chat feature itself, so for example, a user who is onboarded on the application in terms of English, and for a user who is onboarded in terms of Tamil, in the chat feature itself will auto translate the messages based on their preferred language and which they are actually seeing. So at the first level, we are addressing and onboarding the customers and users based on their preferred language, and our chat feature auto translates their message to their readable language. So that's how we're bridging the communication gap.
Good. That has
And
been
this
a
has
thought.
been already addressed, sir. If you see our prototype that we have made on the app, our app shows the same features.
Okay. I have no other questions.
Sure, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
So thank you, Team Green Guardian. So that was an extremely insightful presentation. So moving on, we are now ready for the next team. So I would like to call upon PZP 23 Rajat from SPJ in Mumbai.
The world has decided to move away from fossil fuels in COP26, and India has decided to reduce its carbon footprint by 50% till 2030 and net zero by 2070. However, seeing the growth in demand for energy and the relatively lower growth in renewable energy, we are lagging behind in this race. Less spaces in urban areas and fewer storage systems to store the incremental solar energy. This is a white space which can be attacked. So where is India moving towards? EVs, a sustainable and future-proof source of transportation. Smart grids, a two-way communication between the utility and its customers to move the energy industry into a new era of reliability, availability, and efficiency. Considering all of this, we have come up with a grand idea: bidirectional EV charging infrastructures. Coming to our idea, research says that a vehicle battery with a capacity of about 100 kilowatt hours can store about as much energy as an average household needs for 1 week. And this is the basic representation of our idea, which is basically an extension of a smart grid, which consists of a grid, a charging infrastructure, and an EV. Now coming to the advantages of our idea. First one is catering to the space issue which we have in urban cities. So consider a solar farm, which requires an area of 6,000 square meters, but it only generates a power of 1 megawatt. Now coming to our idea, which is having 1,000 panels separated out in the city, which produces the same amount of energy, and that saves our space. Second, coming to the catering to the need of surge demand. So in order to understand that part, we will consider two cases. Case one, under normal operations. So under this operation, our solar panels and grid will supply energy to EV through our charging infrastructure, and this is the normal case. But case two, consider surge demand, and in this case, our EV will act as an independent storage unit, and it will send its energy through a bidirectional charging infrastructure to the grid along with the solar panels. And thereby we solve two issues.
So our idea gives us a futuristic scenario where an EV just doesn't take you from place A to B. It isn't just a ride, but a moving energy hub that helps us tackle energy challenges. We're trying to solve real-world problem of energy demand and supply mismatch by turning EVs into smart energy storage solutions that beats the limits of regular batteries. It's a game changer, flipping the script of what we know about energy. We're not just dreaming, we're making it practical by hooking into Reliance's huge network of 64,000 petrol stations and offices. And guess what? It's right on track with the global EV trend. With a solid initial investment of 9,400 crore and government support, our approach goes beyond profit. It's about environmental impact, customer incentive, and changing the energy landscape of India. So this is not just a business case, it's a roadmap to a greener and electrifying tomorrow. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Imagine a world without electricity. Sounds scary, right? In August 2023, there was a 236 gigawatt energy demand during power surge, while only 240 gigawatt was being generated by fossil fuels. While the demand will increase drastically, energy from fossil fuels won't be able to match up. So, energy from renewable sources is not a choice, but a necessity. According to the trends, India is moving towards smart grids and EVs. The government has set up a budget of 990 crores for National Smart Grids Mission, which would enable a better match of the supply and demand of power units. Alongside, EVs will be the chariots of a greener future, with their penetration estimated to grow to 30% by 2030.
A revolutionary idea is a bidirectional charging infrastructure, turning EVs into mobile smart storage solutions. Using energy stored in EVs in times of surge demand, we plan to meet the excess energy requirement. Now, with an added functionality of setting solar panel over charging infrastructure, we solve the problem of space in urban areas as well as future renewable energy demand. This way, our solution solves the twin problems discussed. Next, our idea creates a ripple of positive impacts. Since setting up infrastructure requires manpower, it will create thousands of jobs. Since it supports grid when in need, it provides stability to the grid and resilience against power outages. With ample energy comes technological advancements and innovations which can increase our global competitiveness and contribute to GDP growth. Also, on the environmental front, we reduce our dependency on fossil fuels and curb carbon emissions and make a transition to cleaner energy. It also helps us To meet our COP26 targets, where not only India, but companies also have to decrease their carbon footprints, therefore taking the first step towards solving a climate crisis issue.
Next, we are diving into the implementation plan. With simulation and real world field tests, we will ensure our tech is top of the line. Leveraging existing networks and a robust servicing infrastructure, we are gearing up for a swift and reliable expansion. Government partnerships are also on cards to navigate any regulatory hurdles. We then come to the gains Reliance can gain out of this. Financially, we are eyeing at EV charging fees, selling surplus power to the grid, and recurring revenue from additional services. It's not just about profit, it's about leading India's clean energy transition and boosting its image. Addressing potential bottlenecks. Battery concerns may arise due to frequent discharges affecting battery lifespan, and navigating diverse rules and unclear pricing adds a regulatory challenge. Nonetheless, we are committed to addressing and overcoming these. Looking ahead, our roadmap includes battery health optimization for prolonged EV battery lifespan, global smart grid integration to export excess energy, aligning with the trend of distributed energy and generation. It's time for Reliance to be the market leader in the bidirectional EV. Thank you.
Hello, Manasa.
Thank you for the presentation. It
Hi,
was
Vaibhav.
it's
Hi,
indeed a
Rajat.
good idea, but this is not a new idea, right? There are multiple companies, multiple
Vibhashji?
system operators are working on it, and
Yeah.
slightly away from today, but this is going to happen. But couple of corrections. Number one, you made a statement that relatively lower growth of renewable energy in India. This is not a right statement to make, or otherwise you
So,
back it up with the numbers.
so from that fact, we meant to say that the relatively lower growth of the growth is fine, but the energy storage issue is there. The
No,
storage issue is there.
so both are different things. So if you call it a lower growth of renewable versus lower growth of storage, lower growth of
Yes,
storage is all because of it does not make still today economic sense. So nobody is going to
you are
put in their
absolutely
money where
right,
they
sir.
can't really make money out of it. Number one. Number two, this is not a new idea, as I said earlier. There's nothing new that you are trying to do. So V2G and G2V vehicles are already available, right? Vehicles like the new Volvo car or the new your Hyundai car has that capability to feed it back to the grid. But there's also one thing: you cannot do it on demand back to the grid because electric vehicle will not schedule its journey as per the requirement of the grid. So if you have evening peak, you can't have electric vehicles feeding to that peak and not driving,
Okay.
right?
So
So
actually,
fundamentally, if you want to look at the surge and you want to support the surge through the electric vehicle, that is not going to happen. It is absolutely not feasible.
so our target customers is not the vehicles running on the road. Our target customers is the vehicles which are kept on standby in on offices in parking spaces of offices, and
But if
thereby
you
we
are
connect those.
no, no, I got it. But if you are feeding back to the grid, you are not feeding it to the local consumer, right? It's not that my home and my vehicle, and I'll decide when I want to draw power from the vehicle. It is inefficient. It is actually going to incur losses. Number one. Number two, electric vehicles are not clean. So long as your grid is dirty, electric vehicles are equally dirty.
So, if I may answer this question, what we are talking about, yes, the technology does exist, but like you said, there are a lot of issues, including the losses that they incur and everything. But the idea is whatever they are doing, the small private sectors are doing, we want to do it on a large scale. Like India wide, if we have this infrastructure, we will have zero power surges, is what our solution is. So, in this sense, there is a competitor called Hager Systems, which already does vehicle to grid, vehicle to a household, and vehicle to X. So in any way, it is possible. But this is a very new technology, and they're still in progress. And when we make this conversion from DC to AC and AC to DC very cost efficient, that's where our idea comes in, sir.
No, no, no. So when you say vehicle to home, it is going to give you only losses because the tariff is same. We don't have TOD tariffs in India for home. So right, you charge and then you discharge it back. You are actually going to incur losses. Who is going to bear those
So, but
losses?
the world is moving towards smart grid, and in a smart grid, there will be in the future. you will get surge pricing, where when the demand is large, then you will be charged more to that electricity units, and in the lower demand phase you will be charged less.
I
So when there
understand.
is
I
a
think
huge demand.
no, no. So this was there. This is going to be there, but this is not going to be for the residential consumers.
So this is where our technology comes in, right? When we actually make it, like suppose I am getting 100 kilowatt of energy to charge my vehicle, and then I get give back 50 to the grid. Then I'll be charged only for the 50 kilowatt of energy that I'll be taking in. So yeah, losses will be there, but we are reducing our energy bill
Yeah, but
according
so
to
we,
the.
no, we are not reducing our. You do the calculation. If you are drawing 100 unit, feeding it back 50 units. If there is no, so you are not reducing losses. You might, if you have a differential tariff, right? When you are feeding it back, you are being given a preferential tariff. Only then probably you can make slightly more money. Otherwise, you will end up losing. That's one point. Second point, can you show me any regulatory provision in that direction that government of India is thinking, that vehicle to grid, supporting vehicle to, so supporting vehicle to grid, technically yes, that is going to happen, but is it going to make any commercial sense? I don't see any policy regime in that direction today, or nor am I listening any discussions around that.
So
So
I
idea is
totally
not
agree.
bad. I don't say the idea is not good. Idea is good, but I don't think there's a scalability. I don't think there is something very new. Sorry, Neelkandan, you can come.
No, the point which you are trying to say, Garg Sahab, is basically that the regulatory framework presently is not right for vehicle to, X, or vehicle to home, or vehicle to office. That situation is not there. Yes, the regulatory framework is not there. The idea seems to be very decent. What See, I come from a state in Tamil. I come from Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, this one test village was created somewhere in south of Salem, where the whole village, the AIDMK constructed because some damage happened because of floods, and they constructed apartments, and on top of the apartment, they constructed the solar panels. Now, every house in that locality doesn't use the roof because Tamil Nadu it's hot anyway, and everything is solar panel, and that whole village earns 17 lakhs as a revenue per month from just the electricity sales. That's a community issue. I think what you are missing, maybe my view is, are you missing out on community ways? Because the point is, the surge happens, then the community has to come and do it. So it
Yes,
has to be like a share ride app instead of anything else. And I look at a share ride app and I say, okay, there's a surge pricing here. So you look at
so,
something of that
our
sort,
idea
maybe work.
was regarding this, sir. So
Okay.
basically, we are not actually telling, yeah, customers have to give it back to the grid every time, or you will whenever you give it. That is there, but the our major thing is during power surges. So when government actually needs it for a last case scenario, a community as a whole, if they give incentives, or it's by a community, initiative, they will give it back to the grid as a whole. So they
So
have
again,
the capacity to do it.
so Manasa interjecting there, slight confusion. I'm just thinking, see, what happens is, if I remember the Kerala case also, the Kerala State Electricity Board actually penalized the guy who wanted to give it back to the grid. This is the kind of state that you're trying to deal with will deal you in this manner, because individual putting into the grid gets to pay 2 rupees 10 paisa, whereas individual buying it pays 4 rupees. So where is the income? So if I'm charging my car with 2 with 4.1, 4 rupees 10 paisa per unit, and I'm giving it back and I'm paying it for 2 rupees 10 paisa, I'm actually at a loss. Yeah. So I
So, but
I can understand the business
I
case.
So
So I
like to
want to
add a
understand
point.
this.
your search time, I think the stationary battery would make more sense than the vehicle, because vehicle I may be driving. I may
So,
not be in, and most of us may not be in a position to give it back to the grid.
so the
Okay, sir.
stationary batteries is there, but the twin problem that we were talking about, we were tackling is we don't have enough space or the capacity for energy storage from renewables, and this is where we are tackling. So any vehicle that has this capacity to give it back to the grid, why not give it? Is our idea, sir.
So,
And sir,
and regarding this,
talking about your point that there are not many vehicles which will be on standby mode, but if you see that there are various offices all around India or all around world, and there are huge lots of parking spaces in that, and people park their car for the complete day, and there comes our solution. It will it will in when there is sunlight, it will store the energy, excess energy into the store there, and it will the excess energy will be put back to the grid, and it will get incentivized. The office will get incentivized by the government. So that's why our idea comes in.
So your search time is not during the day when your vehicles are parked. Search time is always 6 to 9 when vehicles are on the road in most cases.
So in that sense, the vehicle has the capacity, right? It will have a storage. So basically, our solution is storage. So whenever it is, yeah, the vehicles have the storage capacity to give it back to the grid. Whenever it is required, we will. That's the solution.
So that's where the problem is. When grid will require, your vehicle is in most likely scenario is on the road being driven. And when your vehicle can feed, grid does not require, because anyway when you are charging battery and discharging it back to the grid, if effectively you are losing energy, right? The entire cycle, if you look at, you are losing energy.
So our point was to meet the surge demand. So whether it's like even when I agree with your point that you know most of the vehicles will be in transit during surge demand, but that's not exactly the case. There are so many vehicles around which just stays and they take out their vehicles once a week or once twice a week. So it's not just the vehicles transiting as well, but other vehicles also that come into factor here.
Quite fine. I mean, no more questions because we can go
Then, yeah,
on and
no more
on.
questions.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
Wonderful, different
Thank you, sir.
presentation. Very
Thank
nice
you.
presentation.
So thank you, team, for the wonderful presentations. Now let's allow our jury to take a minute to complete scoring the teams. While they make their assessments, let us have some fun. So we'll have an interesting trivia questions about Reliance. So all you need to do is try guess the answer in the comment section below. So the first person to answer correctly will get amazing T.U.P merchandise. So are you guys ready? Here you go. So Shreya, you have guessed it right. Please reach out to us on social media handles or support at unstop.com. So moving on, we are now ready for the next team. So I'd like to call upon Team Velocity from IRMA.
Good afternoon, esteemed audience. I'm here to talk about an exciting opportunity that is rapidly growing in India, that is esports broadcasting. So, what is the problem? Traditional sports have always dominated the broadcasting landscape. However, with the rise of digital natives, there's a shift in viewership patterns. The younger generation is more inclined towards interactive digital content, and this is where esports come into play. So, what is the solution? Esports broadcasting is the future of entertainment. It's not just about gaming, it's a digital sport that combines the thrill of traditional sports with the interactivity of video games. In India, esports broadcasting is still in its nascent stage, but is growing at an unprecedented rate. So, what is the market size? As of 2021, esports accounted for 2% of India's online gaming platform. The number of esports broadcasting platforms in India has increased significantly from 2020 to 2022. In the financial year of 2021, there were around 17 million viewers of esports in India, and by 2025, it is estimated that there will be around 85 million viewers. That's a strategy of 400% increase in just 4 years. On a global scale, the esports market size has valued at 1.45 billion US dollar in 2022 and is projected to grow to up to 6.75 billion US dollar by 2030. This represents a compound annual growth rate of 21.5% during this period. The Geo advantage. The Geo TV already offers instant access to over 1,000 plus live TV channels, including sports and news. Integrating esports broadcasting would not only enhance the content variety but also attract a younger, tech savvy demographic. GeoGaming, on the other hand, is a cloud gaming platform that comprises gaming with no limits. It's a perfect synergy to broadcast tournaments and engage gamers. So, what is the revenue model? Revenue model of esports broadcasting is multifaceted. It includes advertising, sponsorship, media rights, and even betting revenues. Companies like Reliance Jio have already entered into the esports market, launching tournaments and are live streamed on their platforms. The aggregate revenues of esports startups and companies in India has reached $68 million in the financial year 2020 and is projected to grow by CAGR of 36% in the next 3 years. Financial forecasting. With the right investment in content and technology, Reliance can expect a significant return. The esports industry in India is forecasted to grow at a CAGR of 46% in the over four next years, reaching a value of $3.75 billion by 2024. By capturing even a fraction of this market, Reliance stands to make substantial profit. In conclusion, Reliance Industry has the opportunity to lead the esports broadcasting revolution in India. With Geo TV and Geo Gaming, we can create an ecosystem that not only entertains but also supports the growth of esports talent in the country. It's not just a good business, it's a game changer. Thank you.
Um, Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the future of digital entertainment in India, brought to you by Geo TV and Geo Gaming. Geo TV, a leading OTT platform, brings over 1,000 plus live TV channels straight to your device. In 2023, it achieved record breaking viewership during the IPL and Tokyo Olympics with billions of minutes watched and hundreds of crores of video views. It's not just a live TV app, it's a phenomenon that has captured over 40% of the market share and as a user base of over 40 crore. But the revolution doesn't stop here. Geo Gaming is redefining the game landscape with its cloud gaming platform. It offers high-end games without the need for downloads or installation and features like voice chat and multiplayer mode. The interaction of Geo TV and Geo Gaming is a game changer. It provides a seamless entertainment experience, allowing users to switch between watching their favorite shows and playing trending games without changing platforms. This interaction has opened up new revenue streams, making it a profitable venture. Despite challenges like low viewership and lack of awareness, GeoTV and GeoGaming are making waves. They host tournaments for popular games and broadcast international esports tournaments, all in partnership with Rutum, which is India's largest game streaming and esports platform. With access to 8 million GeoFiber subscribers, GeoTV and GeoGaming offers millions of hours of captured gaming esports content. Their average daily user engagement exceeds 6 hours, making the category first app. So, now let's look at the competitive landscape. So, in conclusion, GeoTV and GeoGaming aren't just platforms, they are a revolution. They bring the world to the fingertips of millions of users across India. So, join us as we continue to push the boundaries of digital entertainment and gaming. Thank you.
Hello.
Go on, Ravinder.
Yeah, let
Yes.
Neelkantan join in.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
You want to say something, Rajendra?
No, sir.
No, okay. Okay.
Yes.
So I have been associated with e-gaming from the very beginning here. I've recently
Oh,
moved out of it, but I still take care of Geo TV and Geo TV
yes.
Plus and Geo News. Uh, one correction over there, Shreya. Uh,
Yes, sir.
the IPL was presented on Geo Cinema. Geo TV.
Oh,
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's one correction.
Last to last year, sir. Last to last year, I think in
Last
Geo
year,
TV.
last to last year, it was Geo TV. But you, when you press Geo TV, it'll automatically open your Hotstar, Disney Plus
Hotstar.
Hotstar.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
It's called app in app service. That
Yes.
contract also I did. So I know so the way I look at it, you said the revenue model. See, the point is Geo TV has a subscriber base of around um, eight. We have a subscriber base of 450 million,
Yes, sir.
but the number of subscribers that we have on Geo TV is approximately no more than 80 odd crores, 80 odd lakhs, 85 lakhs people watch it in Geo TV. That's the basic model that we look at it. Uh, these are unique users, but each user has about 5 accounts, so it goes up to around 100 and say about 1.2 to 1.3 crores. Or sorry, 10.2 to 10.3 crore people who watch it. So 430 million is a large number. We don't have that kind of numbers. We have maybe 100 million people watching simultaneously Geo Cinema, Geo TV at one point of time. But
Yes.
gaming is a slightly different issue. Gaming is very, very less revenue. I remember reading the revenue was less than 100K
Yes,
USD.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
With
so
partnership with
how do you assume these numbers which you have presented on the screen right now? My first
yes, sir.
question is that.
So it's we have taken from secondary research done by EY and other consultancy and some news articles from where we have taken this number. YouTube Gaming and Twitch is a international platform, so we find in different newses. And Router and Loco is our national what we say players. So basically, Router partner with Geo setup box to broadcast esports thing. So where we can find the all data. And Loco didn't disclose the profit, but there is a one news article where the logo CEO tells the what how much revenue and how much downloads and all these things.
Okay. So what is your business model? What is your revenue stream? What you said ad
Uh,
and subscription.
yes,
Geo TV as of now is free. Geo Cinema has now gone into a premium subscription as well as free model. Both are there. So if you go for the
yes,
premium subscription, it gives you a different option, but in the free model, it gives you a lesser option. So
yes,
what is your plan? How are you going to incline yourself? So geo gaming is anyway there. So you are
yes,
aligning
sir.
more with gaming, not with TV. So
Mm,
how do you want to? Okay, these are the ways. Okay, advertising. Fine.
yes, yes,
Advertising also is very less. Geo games revenue, advertising revenue also I know because I'm
yes,
Geo
sir. Geo
Platforms
game.
legal
Yes,
advisor, so I know that as well. And it is a change. It's pocket change. So I don't know how it works. Subscription is something that we are not very interested right now because till we attract more people, subscription as a model doesn't work for us. Okay,
yes,
that's the Reliance model. When we don't have a sizable number, then only we're going to ask them, and we're going to ask them a very small subscription. We're going to ask a huge subscription. In-app purchases is something very rarely that happens in gaming scenarios. You guys are doing the research, you would know. I think the conversion rate is
yes,
what, 0.2%?
yes, sir. 0.5%.
0.5%. Okay. The last
Yes,
I read a few years ago was 0.2%. So now you're
yes,
increasing to 2.5. I'm happy to note. And
yes,
merchandising. Merchandising is something that Reliance does, but it is not it's a storage problem more than anything else.
yes,
It's a storage related issue. It's a retail related issue. So it causes that kind of a difficulty. Licensing is something again that we are not interested in doing right now because we are still penetrating the market. It's still in the nascent stage. So I don't see any major revenue stream barring advertising, and advertising is very small revenue because not many people advertise on gaming platforms. You understand? So you have gamers who
yes,
will get sponsored by liquor guys or smoke guys. Those are the only two guys who will do it, and both of you can't do it. On the gamers, even then you will get that Dream 11 and those people also come and do the advertising, or X bet on things like that will come and do advertising. Those are problematic because in India you can't do advertising of that stuff
yes,
because that's considered wagering and you're not entitled to wagering advertisements in India. So you have a regulatory problem as well. So I see overall a lot of problems, especially in like states of Tamil Nadu and all, where it is banned completely. In Kerala, it is partly banned. In Calcutta, only a bridge is allowed as a game of skill. Horse riding is allowed as a game of skill, but everything else is banned. Rummy is banned and things like that. So you need to have a state-wise business plan in India to make it a viable option. I'm a bit confused.
Sir,
I'm just trying to ask you these questions because I face these problems on a day in and day out basis.
yes, sir. Sir, it's really honor to know that you are with your TV and you know the gaming industry. So, sir, basically, we are not focusing on 1 or 2 years. We are focusing on next 10 years. Basically, in gaming advertisement, currently, no other company want to invest because there is an incident in 2018, the 4-second incident where Indian player got cheating, got caught by cheating in international gaming esports game. So many company will drop their what we say the advertisement, all these things. So but now esports are growing by 2019 when BGMI comes. So advertisement come so as a advertisement revenue, they are currently mobile phone companies who are advertising their phones like Poco, iQOO, all these things. In computer PC gamings, they are Asus, Nvidia, and some other Gigabyte. All they are advertising their product. And yes, sir, I accept that the betting sites are banned in India, but some state there are lots of viewership for esports gaming. There the all these advertisements are allowed.
Barring Sikkim, nowhere else. And Sikkim
But
is the
sir,
size of a 25 paisa coin in a 100 rupee note, or even
but sir,
smaller.
in future, I think betting is banned. But the other company will advertise their product. Like a smartphone company, computer peripherals, computer companies, they advertise their products by esports to attract a younger generation plus older generation also. As of now, we all are getting older and older. We also want to play PlayStation and all this thing to remember
Yeah.
our old lives and also.
Also, I know one company in e-gaming which said, "Sir, we couldn't ensure compliance with GST because our revenue was so less."
Yes, sir. I think it's a loco or some
Yeah,
router
the
company.
revenue was way too low, and they said they couldn't do a GST compliance. They just went 2 rupees above the GST threshold, and they had to file the GST returns. They virtually had to do a lot of background thing to finish it off. So it is a problem. It is a problem at the nascent stage. It looks good on the outer, and I see the same issue, same kind of charts on a regular basis. A lot of presentations happen as to how we are going to do expand business. It looks forward looking, but I have my doubts. It's been 5 6 years since 7 years actually, 7 years since Reliance has launched. I haven't seen much growth. It's been very slow growth.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
In India, it's
some gaming, yeah, some pseudo gamings have grown ballistically big, but esports in one succeeds, three fails. That's what I've seen.
sir. As
You have
sir,
to
as I do.
differentiate yourself by being smarter, by being state-wise. You can do this in this state, this in this state. Maybe works better.
Yes, sir. And sir, we do the research. Other platform, what are they doing? They are collaborating with streamers and other players and other companies to promote their platform. But Geo already a good subscriber base, so we don't have to do this. We only have to broadcast the esports event, mainly events. Like there is a ESL event in India which happened in Mumbai, and there is Commonwealth game in 2022 where India won bronze medal, but no channel will forecast it, so people don't know. And currently Asia Games also allowed esports as a esports, so it's also not broadcasting anywhere. And I think this year Olympic will also allow esports as a gaming, so we also can broadcast that. I'm not saying that we are going to towards streamer and promote the app. I'm saying just broadcast only sports content, esports content mainly. So where we have to invest small amount. And sir, regarding the advertisement, any advertisement can play because from 5 years to 60 years old people all are watching games. It was a physical game or it was esports. Anyone can watch the. So if it's a what we say advertisement, baby advertisement, it was a medicine advertisement. Any advertisement can run on what we say broadcasting at the time of esport broadcasting, sir.
Understood.
Yes.
Does have any questions?
No questions. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
So thank you, Team
Thank you.
Velocity. That was an extremely
Thank you, sir.
insightful presentation. So moving on, we are now ready for the next team. I would like to call upon Team Three Musketeer from NMIMS Mumbai.
Everyone, let's talk about something close to our hearts and our dinner tables: agriculture in India. Now, think about those juicy tomatoes, the fresh leafy greens, and the aromatic herbs that add flavor to our meals. They're more than just ingredients, they're a part of our daily stories. Agriculture in India accounts for 40% of our GDP, yet it faces profound challenges. In India, 80% of farmland relies on traditional irrigation, worsening water scarcity. Soil degradation impacts 120 million hectares, reducing fertility. Outdated farming persists with only 40% access to modern technology. Pesticide misuse contaminates water with 60% showing chemical residues. This emphasizes the urgency of transformative solutions for sustainability and resilience. And hence, we bring our innovative and modern approach to agriculture, Aquafusion Agritech. Our solution offers hydroponic systems to grow crops like tomatoes, leafy vegetables, celery, and more. We also offer end-to-end training and assistance to farmers in India. Hydroponic farming is a soilless cultivation method where plants grow in nutrient-rich water solutions. It optimizes resource use, accelerates growth, and enables precise control over environmental variables for enhanced crop yields. Our training and guidance program empowers farmers with knowledge and skills needed to seamlessly integrate hydroponics into their practices. Through personalized support, we aim to create a community of proficient hydroponic farmers contributing to sustainable agriculture. Our systems present a noteworthy advancement, significantly reducing water usage by nearly 90%, addressing the prevailing issue of water scarcity and eliminating the need for soil, mitigating concerns associated with degradation and erosion. We provide an efficient solution for land-limited areas, optimizing space through intelligent vertical design. Beyond that, hydroponic fosters crop diversity and reduces vulnerability to pests and diseases. The ability to cultivate year-round ensures a consistent food supply independent of seasonal constraints. Precision in growing conditions contribute to minimize post-harvest losses, ensuring a higher yield. To fully realize the potential of hydroponics, education and support for our farmers are crucial. Our collaborative effort aims to pave the way for a more sustainable and resilient future in Indian agriculture. Thank you, Team NMIMS Mumbai.
By 2025, every Indian household is capable of providing 35% of its budget on food. This indicates that 60.4% of land which was used under cultivation is now under the threat of soil erosion, deforestation, and overutilization. Moreover, erratic weather conditions contribute 56.5% in the usage of water solutions. It is surprising to see that only 5% of households all over India have access to usable water, whereas 83% of it is used in agriculture alone. Pesticides have led to more than 6,000 deaths among farmers. Hence, we bring to you Aquafusion Agritech Hydroponics. These are nutrient-rich water solutions that that eliminate the use of soil, reduce water consumption by 90%, use vertical spaces, and achieve year-round production.
So, coming to our business model, the value propositions we offer include resource optimization, advocating sustainability by addressing the pressing environmental needs, education and support for our customer, consistent and year-round production, and integration of modern technology into farming systems in India. Our key partners include our suppliers who will provide us with equipment and agricultural inputs, supply chain partners, educational institutes, etc. Our key activities include R&D, training and education, system installation and maintenance, and financial support and guidance. The key resources that will be utilized include technology, agricultural input, and nutrient-rich solution and physical infrastructure. As part of our customer relations, apart from education, we provide a robust feedback mechanism. Our channels include direct sale, awareness workshops, and seminars and online platforms. Our customer segments have farmers, agribusinesses, and government bodies. The cost structure includes investments in R&D, operational costs, marketing and sales, and partnerships and collaborations. Finally, our revenue streams would be through product sales, selling hydroponic system, agricultural inputs, and technology.
So, going forward, we plan to offer three major services which will be essential to provide education, support, and help us attract customers. AquaCamp aims to provide farmers with necessary education as hydroponic farming will be a new avenue for them. We plan to collaborate with institutions, conduct in person workshops, and create an online learning platform to provide training and education to implement hydroponic farming. Under the Aqua Agro Fellowship, we plan to create a community for farmers where they have a safe space to share their knowledge, innovate, collaborate, and help each other in troubleshooting. The Aquafront program aims to offer personalized support by specialists who are well versed in hydroponics and provide round the clock assistance to each customer. They will have periodic on site visits and will help with subsidy programs and the entire application processes for them. Aquamate app integrated with the system will provide statistical information to the customer so that they can make the further tweaks in their system. Thank you, and now we are open for Q&A.
Hi, hi, Samiksha, Ritul, and
Thank you.
Aditya. Quick
Hello.
question:
I couldn't see
how
any
much does it
business
cost, and
proposition or
what
business
kind of
model. This
financing
was all
arrangements are you going to
informative,
arrange for the
and
for
hydroponic
the
is not so new
guy who
also now.
basically a farmer?
It's known to most of us, but what is the business?
What's
You
the
will
business?
grow and sell.
No, sir. So that is just one part of it. Of course, we are going to produce hydroponics related setups and we are going to send them to farmers, but we are providing a lot more than that. So basically, our USP lies in the three programs that we are conducting. So basically, they include Aqua Fellowship, where we are organizing different committees and we are putting them together so that they can help each other out. We can organize different events for farmers. And then we have Aqua Friends as well. So here basically we are providing them personalized assistance. So basically we are helping them out with the entire process, right from setting up the hydroponic system, right from clearing all the doubts that they might have. And there are a lot of subsidies that are also provided to these initiatives by the government. And a lot of farmers are not aware about that. So we are actually not only giving them the product, but we are also offering after services.
No,
So
but
that is where our main business lies.
I understood. I mean, that these three things that you said is part of how you will proceed ahead. I don't still see a business model here. Number one. Number
What
two,
is the revenue?
yeah, absolutely. What is the revenue? Is there a sample case that you have done on laptop? That what is the investment? What is the operational cost? What will be the revenue?
Yes, sir. So the operational cost, like the setting up cost for the systems, would be 18 lakhs for a system.
No, no, no.
So there has been that has been the
For what
estimates.
size? For what size? And you are saying this operational cost, or you're saying it for setting it up?
This is the capex,
Setting
sir.
up.
She's setting about capex. We don't know the
Yes,
size
sir.
as well.
What is the
What he's
size
asking
for
is,
18
if I
lakhs?
invest 18 lakhs, what is the size of land that you will basically make it as vertical?
So it is
Oh.
5,000 square feet that we have conducted our cost
So it's
revenue,
about
like
one
we have
tenth of an
planned it.
acre. So you're saying about 11% of an acre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is vertical or this is horizontal?
No, so basically this is vertical, and on that we have assumed around like 5 to 6 layers as of now.
So 5,000
Okay.
into what is the height? What is the volume? So what will be the produce actually by investing 18 lakhs?
Hmm.
So basically,
The
what we are
value
aiming.
production, yeah. So the value production in cost wise is coming around 7 to 8 lakhs. So this was the setup cost. Then again, the per cycle cost would be 80,000 estimated, and then the production that we will get after selling our products would be around about 7 to 8 lakhs from that.
Excellent. So how
Irrespective
long
of
does this plan
crop.
work? Oh, sorry.
Please,
Go ahead.
please. So
So
irrespective of the crop, I mean, not every crop will have a similar value. I
Yes,
don't
sir.
see
So
No,
that
sir,
is
we are.
again a factor that
factor.
So we are
I want to
focusing
see
on.
numbers. See, if you are looking for money, if you are looking for an idea to be supported by Reliance, I am looking for numbers. Where is my margin?
Yes, so currently we are just focusing mostly on exotic vegetables like bok choy and lettuce. So for that, as you know that India is going to spend more in the spending, and that will increase their food consumption as well. So we believe that towards by 2030, what will happen is that hello.
Yeah, I can
No,
hear you. Go on.
What will happen is that the consumption of exotic vegetables will also increase, and that will increase our profit margin.
And
Yeah,
what is
and
the
adding to
exotic
that,
vegetable consumption today? And how much will it increase?
sorry,
Sorry,
sir,
can
could
you
you come?
repeat the question?
So I said, what is the exotic vegetable consumption today in India? And I'm assuming it will be in the tier one, tier two cities at the max. And what up to what extent will it increase by 2030?
So it is estimated that by 2030, hydroponic systems, which are catering to exotic vegetables, the market is going to be around 13%. And not only that, of course, the initial setup cost is high and it will require a lot of technology. But as we progress, the operational cost will cut down. And it is not only related to that, but also other costs. Like we do not need to invest in pesticides anymore. We do not need to invest in irrigation systems anymore. So that will eventually cut down our other overheads. And also because labor costs will also cut down eventually because a lot of these systems will be, carrying out all the processes themselves. So gradually, the operational cost will kind of match the traditional method.
also I have three questions quickly. The time is up, but anyway, just going to take those time. Now you're saying 5,000 square feet. What is the length, kilometer length of if this vertical thing that will be set up in that 5,000? Is it a 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer length of horizontal? How many kilometers will be set up? You're saying 7 lakhs is the revenue. So in that parlance, my next question is, you've assumed 7 lakhs, assuming it is not 7 lakhs, assuming it is 5 lakhs. I don't even mind. I'm giving a recent number, 5 lakhs. What is the turnaround time? Is it annual? How is it? Thirdly, what is the length of period for which this equipment will be valid? Because it is running on water. So with water, that you have a huge problem. It basically causes erosion. So that is also a big problem that you need to address. So do I need to change it annually? This 18 lakhs investment is one time. The maintenance is not there. What is the kind of cost that is there? There's no cost. There's no estimations. Nothing there. So I'm pretty confused. Though it looks good for a villager to say, okay, fine, I'll invest 18 lakhs, I'll get 7 lakhs. 7 lakhs when? Annually? 7 lakhs per harvest? How do you arrive at that 7 or 5 lakhs? These are my two, three quick questions. Can you answer them all?
Yes, so this estimate is per cycle that the production is going to take place, and I think you were asking about the vertical space. So we plan to expand it up to 4 layers of the system, and which we think would be around 70 to 80 feet. And after that, can you repeat the other two
I
questions?
wanted to know what is
The
the
purpose
cycle
of
time?
maintaining, yeah. So
Cycle time?
basically, what we plan to do is that we will be checking the pH level of our solution and the nutrient level of the solutions every week. So every week, once we know that the concentration of all the nutrients maybe are not at the right level, then we can kind of change the solution again. So basically, we have different methods such as the EC method, which is electrical conductivity. So by that, we can evaluate what is the constituency of
That
all the
is
nutrients present.
that is the way
And according
operational happens. I'm not asking that. I'm not asking. I'm saying, what is your cycle time? Your cycle
Uh,
for each harvest? 1 month, 2 months? What is the cycle time?
so the cycle time is actually for changing all the system. We need after an year we'll have to like improve on the system. We'll need regular maintenance on that.
Fine. You need regular maintenance, no problem. The maintenance
As
costs what?
so they are accounted for in this
The 18
the
lakhs.
7 lakh video. Yes.
In the 18 lakhs. Now, how many times do you earn 7 lakhs in a year?
So it depends on the vegetable cycle, like depending
What
on
is
how many.
vegetable cycle? You know, you are in this business, you're coming to the business. What is the vegetable cycle? So, खीरा कितने दिन में उगता है? Broccoli कितने दिन में उगता है? I don't know. You have to tell me. Tomato कितने दिन में उगता है?
Yes, sir. So it actually depends on the vegetable, right? So if cucumber grows in 3 months or tomatoes grow in 4 months, so that cycle will remain constant. But we will be planting those crops throughout the year. So if
So
seven
fine. So
lakhs is for one particular
I'm looking at
cycle,
three harvests. I'm looking at three harvests. So I invest 18 lakhs, but at the end of 1 year, I'll get 21. That's the mathematics.
yes, sir. It depends
Easy
on the
mathematics.
number of cycles.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
right.
I'm just doing an easy mathematics. Plus an 80,000 into three, because each cycle I have to spend 80,000. So 80,000 into three is 2,40,000. So I spend 20,40,000. I earn 21 lakhs. I make a 60,000 profit per annum. Is
Right,
that
No,
the
no, I
more or
think
less.
mathematics?
I think in
Right.
the first year, next year it's all profit.
Yeah, first year. Yeah, first year. I'm just looking at first
Yeah.
year. Yeah. Second year onwards, we don't know, sir, how much is the PS level, what happens to the water, because
No,
the
no, so
metal also gets eroded. I
my,
don't know what
my question
are
is
So,
doing.
that
sir,
you
the
mentioned,
initial cost that we are accounting for, it includes the PVC pipes, and that will grow on for approximately 5 years. So that does not mean changing. So that is static. That can go on
I'm
for
considering that
approximately five
18,
years.
I'm considering that 18 lakhs is a fixed cost you incur in the first year, and then you don't have to really bother about it. But see, boss, if you're talking about 5,000 square feet and 70 to 80 feet of height, do you think any structure in 18 lakhs you can create? It's a huge structure. I don't think these numbers are
Stable.
right.
I don't know if it will be stable.
Huh?
That's why I wanted to know how many kilometers of shelf life do they have. So that's the intent. See,
See
I'm from a
what?
legal background. I keep books in kilometers in lawyer's office. So we know how to stack the books. I'm just trying to ask you in the same parlance, how do you stack these pipes?
Yes, sir. So these are like the approximations. Of course, we did our research and came up with these figures. Uh,
I think you need to go back, Samiksha, go back to your books to say, year one, you have no profit, but year two, this is the kind of profit you make. So, you have to give them a realistic idea as to they're investing 20 odd lakhs with, 18 odd lakhs as capex and 2 lakh 40,000 as opex. Apart from that, the water things, everything that cost them, electricity and stuff like that. That's the opex for them. And then you are going ahead with year two, you will make 21 lakhs, but at least say only 4 lakhs or 3 lakhs or something like that. So then they will say, okay, fine, year two onward, at least I make 16 lakhs a year. That makes business sense, but right now I'm more confused and clarified. Your presentations are, in relation to your business is good. Business model is not there. Business is good, business model I don't see. And I think that's what Garg Saab is also looking at. What is your business model? You may need to go better detail into your business model and get back to us.
okay, sir. Sure. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll
sir.
definitely research more.
And what kind of villages are you going to ask them to spend 18 lakhs? Because in India, only 1% of the villages in India have the capacity for that kind of a, magnitude of spending.
No, sir. So these
So for
are production units. We are
No,
just
no, no,
offering
no.
the
Who
setups
will
for
buy?
the farmers.
Who will buy?
So,
right,
so government also gives subsidies to these farmers. Like
Yeah,
Maharashtra offers
government gives
50%
interest
subsidies for
subsidies.
animal.
No, no. The government doesn't give subsidies for this. Government gives interest subvention. That means if the loan rate is going at 8% or 9%, the government will give them 4% subvention and give it the 8% loan at 4% or 10% loan at 6%. That's what the government does. It does interest subvention. It bears the cost. How are you doing it? The question changes drastically. You get them a subvention, but still need to pay 18 lakhs plus that 6% or 4% interest, which the government charges them. You understand? So there is a cost to them. They need to repay. They need to understand. They need to take a loan for 5 years or they need to take a loan for 3 years because they should be able to pay that 18 plus expenses. You have to understand the context from which they are coming. So the first 6 months will be a problem. After that, they will start making some money. At least the first cycle will be an issue. But after that, they should be there. So, have you dealt with a banker who has understood this requirement saying, okay, they will give you that loan? What is the life cycle of your equipment that you sell for 18 lakhs? What is the life cycle of it? Is it 2 years? Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? We don't know. Have you worked those numbers out?
Fine, I think you need to go back and do a detailed research, do a business plan, show me numbers.
But
Definitely,
don't
sir.
do
We
this
look,
way,
look into that loan.
Misha. You've done a good job. You have done a good job. You please get a business plan.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Because
Definitely. We'll work on this.
people who invest 18 lakhs plus 2,40,000 that they need to invest in the 3 cycles, they will ask you this question. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Definitely.
Yes,
It's
And
very
more
Praveen.
people being
important
fed is
to have.
always good. I don't want to make.
I think we lost time, uh, but you're okay. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
While we are waiting for Mrinmay to join, we'll just quickly be back. Neil and Mrinmay both have dropped off. I think there's a network issue on their end.
Yeah, sorry for the technical glitch. So thank you, Three Musketeer. So now let's again play our trivia quiz. And the rules will be same. The first person to answer it correctly will get our amazing TUP merchandise. So ready? Here we go. Okay, so Sid is the winner here. So we have guessed it right. So Sid, please reach out to our social media handles or support at unstop.com. So moving on, we are now ready for our next team. So I'd like to call upon stage Team Synergy from NMIMS Mumbai.
Greetings, we are Team Synergy, and today we plan to propose a platform which aims to improve the current diversity and inclusion training methods that are being adopted by the corporate companies. And we plan to have a gamified, collaborative, scenario based learning approach with Equispirit. Looking at the current scenario of diversity equity training, majority of the methods are very passive and it is considered to be boring by the employees. So the current methods are speaker sessions, e-learning modules, and webinar sessions. But if you look at the statistics, it is very evident that unconscious bias still exists. And if you do not have good DNI impact, then it has an adverse impact on the organizational performance. And employees, they tend to prefer those companies which have very good DNI practices as well. So with the aim to move away from the traditional passive DNI learning methods, we propose EquiSpirit, which would have three major components in it. First one would be EquiLearn, which is a learning-based module, EquiExchange, that is a collaborative gamified-based model, and EquiGuide, which would be an AI assistant. So this would be the home page for EquiSpirit, where we can see the three different offerings in it.
First of all, focusing on EquiLearn. EquiLearn would be the learning module, which would have practice scenario, in which we'll also have flashcards which can be collected, which aims to educate people on sensitive topics which they would be traditionally unaware on. And we'll also have videos which the employees can watch on their own convenience and practice quizzes. Then we'll have 5 different themes running throughout the year, and each theme would be ongoing for a period of 2 months, and where we'll tackle different sensitive topics as shown over here. And the main idea is to have collaborative and cooperative based learning. We'll have randomly formed teams in which you can discuss openly on sensitive topics. And it is very possible that you'll have a diverse member who you would have previously never interacted with, which helps in speaking openly on sensitive topics. So we have also curated a discussion lobby, which would be useful in our scenario-based learning. And we have carefully curated the guidelines as shown over here to avoid groupthink and group shift. The first module is Sparkboard, in which a scenario would come in front of you, and you have to write your own response using your own experience. Then you can discuss upon these different opinions that every one of your team member has entered, and you can vote for the best option. So here you can learn from each other experience and their opinions on these sensitive topics. Next, we'll have role play scenarios in which we'll have a predetermined scenarios, and there will be predetermined results as well. And you can compare your decision as a group with the best and the worst decision. The main advantage is that when you know the outcome of a scenario, and if it has a very poor outcome, you're less likely to make that mistake and to repeat that option in a real world scenario. We also have proposed EquiGuide, that would be an AI assistant to solve any DNI queries that an employee has. So all in all, with these different offerings, with a group-based learning approach, with flashcards, with an AI assistant, and with predetermined results outcome that is being shown, we plan to overcome the DNI issues and to overcome the issue of unconscious bias with a more active learning approach as compared to the traditional passive learning approach that the company nowadays have.
So good evening, everyone. Today, we Team Synergy are excited to present a groundbreaking solution addressing a crucial issue in today's world, which is diversity and inclusion. In India's corporate scene, there's a notable issue of unconscious bias. 77% of employers think the absence of proper DNI training harms organizational performance, and only 21% of surveyed organizations have established DNI policies. Employees are also skeptical about current DNI methods. Existing approaches like e-learning, quizzes, and webinars are ineffective, attended half-heartedly, one-time training is monotonous, and lacks real-time problem solving.
So to overcome these issues that we have identified, we propose EquiSpirit. EquiSpirit would have 3 major modules in it, in which EquiLearn would focus on practice scenarios and continuous learning with different themes ongoing. There would be the collection of flashcards, which would aim to educate the employees. EquiExchange would be the second and the group-based platform in which a scenario would come up in front of the randomly formed group, and you'll have to answer and give your own responses using your own creativity and your own ideas. The main objective is to remove the awkwardness and the hesitancy to speak up on these sensitive topics. EquiGuide would be the real-time DNI assistant that would aim to give your best recommendations, as it would be trained on the company's internal databases.
Now, talking you through the working of our B2B model, where our primary target segments would be the big companies, startups, as well as academic institutions. Looking at our pricing model, we would work on a tier-based subscription model, where the ultimate price would be decided based on the number of participants. In terms of marketing, to gain attention, we plan to have displays in big tech expos, have tech insight posts as blog series, and collaborate with popular DNI leaders as well. We have also done in-depth tech feasibility check with front-end and back-end specifications mentioned here.
So, looking at the financials, the current global market is at 14,940 crores, increasing at a CAGR of 12.7%. So, initially, we are targeting 10% of the Indian market, and after the competitive benchmarking, our pricing is coming to 2,500 per participant. This should lead to a profitability of 227 crores at the end of 2027. We expect a break even in the second year, and also we have shared a detailed cost structure in the given PPT.
So to conclude, I would like to share the inspiration behind EquiSpirit. The main idea comes from the fact that one of our close friends is physically disabled, and he often iterates about the fact that people are very hesitant and reluctant while speaking to him, and often very derogatory terms are also passed to him. And to quote him, he mentioned that मुझे तो अभी group words सुनने से डर लगता है. So our main aim was to make people like him, as well as those around him, more comfortable while interacting, and to change the landscape of training with EquiSpirit to create much better working conditions and working environment. So we are done with the pitch, and we open to any questions. So you're on mute.
Hello, can you hear me now?
You're
Yes,
audible
sir.
now.
Sorry. So tell me, where did you get these numbers from? The global market for DNI training? Because you in the beginning said that this is not happening, across, and there is a need to come out with another platform, a new platform. But
This is the global numbers in terms of the general training that is being done. It incorporates the current methods as well. The total amount that is being invested in for DNI training. These are those numbers, not the gamified scenario based numbers.
what? No, no, I understand. But what is the total amount that is invested in
Diversity
diversity
and
and
inclusion
inclusion?
training. So it includes the seminars that you have, your webinars that you have, and your guest speakers that you have. These are those numbers for the market size that we have for diversity and inclusion training.
And these are largely in-house, and at times there
Yeah.
are experts who are called in.
Yeah.
But what you are proposing is also not very different than the current practices. You have given them a new name, but if it either this is going to be a physical training, or is it going to be a online training?
No, this would not be a training per se. This would be scenarios which would be given to randomly from groups, and it would be through an application or through a web application as such, in which randomly from groups would be given scenarios in front of them. And as a group, you will have to come up with your own solution using your own insights. And the major difference with the traditional methods and the current method that we are proposing is that you're attending a seminar, you're just simply listening to the session. But in the current method that we are proposing, whenever a scenario comes in front of you, you'll have to speak up on that session, and you'll have to give up your own recommendations, and every member has to contribute. And
I
based
mean,
on that,
I got you. I mean, it's not that I have not attending those trainings which are interactive and where you have at the ends or in the beginning, in the middle also to do some exercises. It's not
yeah.
that those trainings are not happening at the corporate level, and I think
Mhm.
in all major corporate levels it is happening. There is a separate person who takes care of the diversity and inclusion, matters, and I've witnessed that in last 10 years multiple times. So what I'm not seeing anything very new or fresh that you are bringing in. You are just reworking on the similar idea. If you see, and this is also not ensuring that there will not be biases after attending this training. How do you ensure that? Because you started with that there's a
Yeah.
lot of biases, unconscious bias, which we all have. But how come a training, if a particular training or a different type of a training is going to tackle that problem?
So the main objective, based on the modules that we had, the first module that we propose is that we'll have predetermined scenarios with predetermined outcomes for those scenarios, and the group would have to choose one of those four options, which they feel is the best one out of that. So based on the solution that they are selecting, we can have a data analytics based dashboard or the reports that show us the numbers, that how many of those people actually ended up selecting the correct option and how many of those ended up selecting a biased option. So we can get detailed analysis and detailed report. And the main idea was to have as realistic scenarios as possible throughout our training, so that based on the concepts such as that of decision heuristic, that if someone actually shows you the scenario and you should not be doing a certain thing, you are less likely to make that mistake. So our main idea was to show the outcome of the scenario also, that what happens and what the other person goes through when a wrong choice is made, so that you avoid making that mistake in a real world scenario. That was the main idea behind it.
And how did you come out with this 53 crore total investment required?
Uh,
Where is
that is
the
coming from
investment going?
that is coming from the cost breakdown that is given over there, and that is the 2027 end number of 63 crores. That is throughout the years, because as the number of participants we are bringing in, the cost would go on increasing, because we'll have to have more number of people on our platform. That is the number, and it is coming from there.
And I mean, is there something of that sort is already happening? Are there takers? Have you spoken to any industry that would there be any taker for this solution?
Yeah, so currently there are, I would like to benchmark the solution with Green Hat Games. Green Hat Games is a global gamified corporate learning platform, but they have not ventured into the field of diversity and equity. As we had mentioned in our first slide, when we did our research, we couldn't find any company that is into gamified diversity based training with a continuous approach to have continuous themes on the platform. But there is a company that is Green Hat Games that is into corporate gaming and creating these training, but not on diversity and equity. But they have trained around 15 million employees, and they are partners with Microsoft and Accenture. So we benchmarked our numbers and our recommendation and our technical feasibility with that company. So this idea does have a scope based on the benchmarking with Green Hat Games, which is one of the leaders when it comes to corporate training in a gamified manner.
And this you are targeting Indian and global corporates.
Yeah, majorly Indian companies, because when it comes to Green Hat Games as a company, they are into different ideas when it comes to gamified learning, but nobody is into diversity and inclusion. And India being such a diverse country, there are a lot of diversity with different cultures. So we aim to create such scenarios, realistic scenarios, so that people can learn from these scenarios and then not make those mistakes in real world. So that was the idea that we had.
And what is the current market size of such type of learnings?
We couldn't find specific numbers for India, but we couldn't find any numbers, in fact, for the gamified diversity equity number, diversity inclusion training numbers. We couldn't find specific numbers, but we found in general the numbers that we are showing in front of you for the diversity inclusion market. But the gamified numbers was not publicly available. We couldn't find any reports on that.
Okay, fine. I don't have any other question. Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you, Team Synergy. So moving on, our next team is Team HREOS from SMHRD Pune.
Hello everyone, this is Team Heroes from SMHRD and I am Priya Barwa.
And I'm Sneha Banerjee.
And today we stand before you with not just a product but with a paradigm shift. We're not just talking about training, we're talking about building the future of work. The quantum workforce is not just an L&D platform, it's a revolutionary AI-powered ecosystem that will transform the way we learn, skill, and thrive. We know that the world is changing at a breakneck speed. Technology is evolving exponentially and skills are becoming obsolete faster than ever. Through research and analysis, we have found out that in India, only 21.21% of the workforce are actually skilled, which brings us to the point that traditional learning and development models are struggling to keep pace, leaving businesses with skill gaps, talent shortages, and missed opportunities. This is not just a challenge, it's a crisis. So for this, our solution is the quantum workforce, which will act as the antidote to this crisis. It is an AI-powered platform that anticipates and addresses skill needs proactively. Imagine a hyper-personalized learning where AI would tailor learning pathways in real time, catering to individual strengths, weaknesses, and learning styles. Or immersive learning where we can take help of VR, AR simulations, which would place a learner in the heart of real-world scenarios, mastering critical skills. Or predictive skill forecasting, where the market trends, competitor data, and internal talent profiles would be analyzed to predict future skills and that would proactively upskill the workforce.
Now we are coming to the benefits of the program. Here we are talking about skilled workforce. Equip your employees with the latest skills ready for innovation and future-proof growth. Business generation, identify and seize market opportunities with right talent on the deck. Profit-oriented system. Reduce cost, boost productivity, and watch your business soar. The competition, it is non-existent. Our first mover advantage with this AI powered revolution poised to dominate the market. Financial projections, big investment, bigger ROI. This is 28 to 56 crore revenue at year 2, break even at 2000 customers. This is just the launchpad. As we scale, our profit will be skyrocket, creating a win for everyone. The quantum workforce isn't it a business, it's a mission. We are building a future with everyone, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to thrive. Join us in invest in the future, invest in the quantum workforce, build a hyper skilled world together. Thank you.
Thank you.
A very good evening, jury members. Imagine a world where learning outpaces change, where skills bloom like wildflowers in a future proof garden. Welcome to the world of the quantum workforce, your AI powered gateway to hyper skilled, hyper successful tomorrow. We are team heroes from SMHRD. I am Priya Barwa, my colleague here, Sneha Banerjee, and we are here to present our business plan on an AI powered learning and development platform that overcomes the challenges of rapid technological advancements and evolving market demands. So, our offerings for the business plan would be hyper personalized learning, where AI powered microlearning meets VR, AR, and gamification to tailor real time learning pathways. Along with that, predictive skill forecasting, where data driven market trends, competitor analysis, and internal talent profiles would be used to predict future skills that would proactively upskill employees. Along with that, a data driven talent optimization, where the business would identify high potential candidates with the skill sets which are needed to proactively engage and retain them in the business. Our target customers would be businesses of all sizes across various industries which struggle with skill gaps, talent shortages, and ineffective training modules. So, for this, we have conducted an external benchmarking with our competitors. Existing competitors in the market are EdApp, Docebo, Cornerstone. But what sets us apart from them would be our unique selling proposition, which is a background assessment of employees' eye movement to check the attentiveness and interest of the person to understand what kind of content they like and which would be pushed forward to them. Another would be a demographically adjusted learning modules to suggest modules according to the generation of the employees. Supposedly, an employee ranging from the age of 45 to 50 would be more interested in modules which has text or pictures. On the other hand, an employee who is from the younger generation would be more interested into animation and everything. Next.
For the next part, we are talking about the impact and benefits of the program. Skilled workforce, business generation, profit-oriented system, bridge skill gap and equip your employees with latest skills, prepare them for future opportunities and driving innovation and productivity. For business generation, identify and capitalize new market opportunities by having the right talent ready to execute. For profit-oriented system, reduce hiring and training cost, improve employee retention, and boost productivity regard uh, and to grow your ROI. For financial purposes, initial investment, implementing and maintaining an AI-powered L&D system is required, and here are our initial investment cost would be 14 crore, and for the first 2 years we would be burning our cash, and from the third year it would be coming to profit generation. And for the competitive sustainable advantage for quantum workforce would be fast mover advantage, superior technology, data driven insights, and scalability and adaptability. Thank you. We are now open for the questions.
Okay, I think my other colleague is not able to join. So, what is the business model?
This is a AI powered platform for L&D, for helping businesses to grow and having a skilled workforce from their side. When a candidate gets selected at any company or stabilize in their job, their learning capacity and their interest of learning get declined over a time. So after that, after several
Excuse me.
years.
Can you just hold for just a minute? I have to get my charger. Otherwise,
Yes,
I'll run out of the battery. Just 1 minute.
yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. So keep the employee motivated and always evolving with always evolving with the market demand would be our main priority.
No, no, that I understood. But what is the, how would you make money? I mean, is there a demand for such a thing? Because see, all these companies of the corporates that you want to target have their own L&D teams, and we have all been gone through it. The skill development also happen, and there are multiple platforms like Coursera is doing the same thing, like your Udemy is doing the same thing, your LinkedIn Learning is also doing the same thing. They're also coming out with a specific skill set based specific courses for a specific skill set, and we have all gone through it. Most organizations have access to at least one of those platforms, right? So what is so different in your case?
We are providing a L&D powered, I mean AI powered solutions, which will be tracking the eye movement to check the attention span of the employee, and would be tailor made courses for them that they can help to upskill
But
themselves.
if you really want to check the eye movement to understand whether employee is giving attention or not, would it not be more feasible to target colleges and universities than the corporates? Because skilling at corporates is a different thing than skilling at the universities. Our attention is on in corporate. If it is not there, it will even we'll end up losing our jobs if we are not skilled up.
Yes, sir. But there are, I mean, group of employees or section of employees we can find that they are not equipped enough to have, I mean, while we are having all the platforms and all the courses available, we also need something additional because they are not keeping up with the pace. So
What is
this
so
is our
additional there? So when you say AI means you want to track the person's attention. But what is so specific in your course which is not there on LinkedIn Learning or which is not there in Coursera?
I would like to answer this question. What we bring to the platter is um, the AI will actually track the interest of the employees, and accordingly they will suggest courses for their upskilling. Along with that, as we have mentioned, one other point, that is demographically adjusted learning modules. This means that learning is different in all the generations, like they would prefer different forms of learning generation wise. I've mentioned an example where supposedly an employee who is from the younger generation would prefer gamification or animation or AI VR simulated learning modules. And for the other generation who are in the 45 to 50 range would prefer text based learning modules. That is how our business model will come into play, and AI will power that learning solutions to them.
Okay, fine. I mean, I still don't understand is how would AI define as what is my interest? Age is one thing, and in different age category, you can offer different solutions of the same skill set. But how would AI decide as what is my interest?
by checking
What I've
by
been through on my laptop by snooping?
checking your interest and understanding your consumption of data and your, I mean, uh, browsing history and everything.
So that's called snooping. So suppose I am reading news half of the day while sitting at the office, that your platform will provide me a training course related to news, but that's not enhancing my productivity.
Not exactly. It's not always a employee is checking upon news. There are other interests or what kind of news they are consuming. Is the gaming news they are interested in, or anything, any upcoming project the company have that you can, we, we tend to read about things that our interests are aligned with. So if our interest is aligned with games, the AI would be giving you suggestion based upon that on a gamified module that would be helping you to enhance your skills.
Okay, fine. No more questions for now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So thank you, Team Heroes, for your wonderful presentations. So with this, we came to the end. So kudos to all the participating teams, and let me tell you, all of you guys were absolutely stunning. The variety of innovative ideas showcased in this round is truly remarkable. Today's contest has heightened the bar with a promise to make this journey even more intense in the days to come. As you know, the winners of today's elimination round will be stepping into the regional finale of TUP 9.0, where you will be battling against winner of the other elimination rounds. So now, to quell the curiosity as to the winner of and runners of today's elimination round, the suspense will have to linger a little bit longer. Rest assured, the result of today's elimination round will be declared on our social media handles shortly. So keep those social media notification active. As we conclude this round of these competitions, we would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to the jury for the insightful questions on each of the ideas presented today. We thank the audience and the teams for making this an interactive and exciting events with their futuristic ideas. All the best, everyone. You were amazing. So, with that, this is me, Mrinmay, signing off for today. So, keep following us on our social media handles and stay tuned for the further updates. Stay abreast with all the exciting things going down on our social media platform. We shall see you very soon during TUP 9.0 regional finale. Until then, take care and have a good day. Thank you.